Hey, hi guys. It's Larry, Buttons for Your Britches. This is our first try at a instructional video for YouTube. Many of my customers and friends have asked us to do this. What we're going to do is we're going to talk about the history of pewter and what it is and just some details, and then show you some things. And I'm going to pour a cast to see how that goes, and also show you some of our products. So have patience with us. This is our first try at this, and we got an idea about it. I'm going to start out that the first pewter that they found was from 1660 BC in an Egyptian tomb. 3,500 years ago, pewter was being used. The first original pewter was made of tin and copper. It was 70% tin, 30% copper, with a little bit of alimony in there just to make it stick. All of a sudden, there was the mix. They believe it was a mix-up between the two, and when they mixed the opposite formula, which was 70% copper and 30% tin, they had bronze. And they really believe to this day that that was a mistake. Someone just poured the wrong formula. There's reference in the Bible to pewter. So pewter's been around a long time. Now, one of the things I found very interesting is that pewter is considered the fourth most precious metal after platinum, and then silver, and then gold. We use pewter because it's easy to work with. It melts at around 500 to 550 degrees. That's the temperature you work with it. And our castings are gravity flow castings. We make a mold and we pour the hot pewter in there, and it forms to the bottom and fills up, and that's what makes our tampers. There's 11 different types of casting. There's vacuum, there's sand, there's centrifugal force, there's lost wax. There's just 11 different types of ways that you can take a metal or material and put it in some form of a mold to copy. We use the most simple. It's probably the very oldest. I suspect that some of the first original molds were carved out of sandstone and then poured. We don't go quite that primitive, but when you buy one of our pewter tampers, you understand that you're buying a product that is valuable, durable, and it's going to be life savings. Our pewter is special because we have our pewter mixed out in New Hampshire with a mill out there that puts 1.5% sterling silver. And this is what it looks like. And that gives it a better shine. It's more durable. We then take and melt it from this stage down to our own size ingots, which are like so. If you buy a tamper or anything from other than us, be careful on what you're getting, because they're still mixing a little bit of lead in the pewter, and that's a real negative no. Let me show you a little example. This billet of pewter weighs about 12 ounces. The same size in lead, which I use for making my bullets, is about 18 ounces. So lead is a lot heavier than pewter. So if you buy a tamper and you pick it up and it feels heavy, it's probably got some lead in it. Now, lead has been outlawed in pewter since 1947. Let me show you the difference. These are both from my personal collection. There is a pewter that is probably close to 200 years old. This one is rather modern. Came out of Holland. It's pewter. Holland is making some of the best pewter utensils around. They're beautiful. That's the difference in the color that you get from lead and pewter. We like to think that what we're making is the best on the market. It's quite primitive, as you can see. This is the product. It's at 500 degrees. It's got a ladle. We dip into it and we pour it into the mold. It's that simple. We make one at a time. Just a simple old hot plate, 500 to 525 degrees. You can see that that pewter is still liquid. We let that set until that cools. It's interesting that Edward I of England, in 1290, they did an inventory of his net worth. And he had over 300 pieces of pewter and not a single piece of sterling silver. So it lets you know that the wealth of pewter for several centuries has been it. We're still waiting for this to cool. Later, we're going to show you some of our product line. We'd like to continue with this conversation. Okay, we've allowed our pour to cool. I want to show you what we've made. This is the mold. We open it up, and guess what we've got? Got to put some gloves on because this stuff is still really hot. We have just made a gnome. Joe the gnome. And there he is in his rough form. We'll cut parts off. The sprue fell off by itself. But that's how they're made. Right there. And we make hundreds of them. Let me now do a real quick show of our product line. Hey, thank you guys for letting us practice a little bit here with this video. We hope you've been able to enjoy it. We hope we've given you a little background on what we do for a living. Hey, buttons for your britches. Larry and Rose. See you at the next show. Take care.